up. Come on. 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 Come on.
They're backing out. Wow, talk to me! No, and I miss every bullet! I hate this shit. Like dead ass in front of me and I miss every bullet. They're in the middle, both of them. Yep. This is good.
A little help?
What?
He's right on.
What? Yeah, literally on me.
Oh god.
He's aiming at me.
What?
What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some Sigrid gameplay, and today we're going to be talking about the pistol and weapon mastery coming in the formal affairs update for Rogue Company. So let's head over and check it out. So as you can see here, weapon mastery has been expanded. We've had challenges and unlocks for our secondaries and melees since the initial release of the weapon mastery system, everything but the ultimate reward of unlocking the weapon to be used on other rogues. It's time. Now, fully mastered melee weapons and pistols can be swapped between rogues. We have also retrofitted a bunch of our newer melee weapons onto characters that we think are good fits for them, making them a bit more accessible to be mastered for those who may not own all of the newer rogues. See under game balance for more details on these characters. So I'm not going to go through who got swapped out, like what melees got swapped out with who. I'm going to do that in a different video with the rogue changes that are coming in, because there's some very rogue specific changes that are coming, and that kind of falls into that category. But basically what they did was they took a lot of the melee weapons that were reoccurring in our base unlock rogues and swapping them out for some of the other more unusual melee weapons, like the combat knife, the kukri thing, the sledgehammer, things like that. That way, people that are just downloading the game for the first time can experience the full melee mastery. That also allows you to experience the full pistol mastery, because I'm pretty sure that every default rogue has access, at least one has access to every pistol in the game. So, and that's fine. But here's what I'm going to talk about. So, we've got pistol mastery coming. We've got melee mastery coming. Melee mastery and pistol mastery is something that, does it really need to be in the game? Absolutely not. I don't think that pistol mastery and melee mastery, just like weapon mastery, needs to be introduced inside of Rogue Company. I understand why they're wanting it added into the game. I understand the thought process and the logic behind it, but at the end of the day, it is pulling a lot of that individuality still away from the specific rogues and basically bullying every single rogue down to their abilities and their gadgets. So what does that say about the future of Rogue Company? Is gadget mastery going to be something that's going to be coming? Because I think that eventually at some point, it's just going to be the rogues themselves that are going to have their abilities, and that's it. Everything else is going to be interchangeable. Now, one thing that is very concerning about this is the fact that there are no changes, no changes whatsoever to any of the melee weapons, to any of the pistols in game. There's no balance changes. There's no readjustments. There's no fall off damages. There is nothing. Nothing. They're going to flip the switch. They're going to cut pistol mastery on and just let it run and see what happens with everything. And this is something that I really, really have a problem with, because there are several pistols in the game that outperform a lot of the other pistols. There's several melee weapons in the game that outperform several of the other melee weapons. And once that these melees and pistols are mastered, if there aren't already, you're going to see a mass exodus of like specific weapons being used and specific weapons never being touched again. And I'm going to go ahead and give predictions. I think that the warrant is going to be one of the most abused weapons in the game, especially with the pistol round in ranked and competitive play. I feel like the revolver is very much going to be in the same boat as the warrant, and I think that the salvo may get a little bit more play. I feel like the P12 and the Executioner are going to fall out of favor. I know that the P12 is very strong. I know that the Executioner is also very strong, but there are a lot of drawbacks to some of these pistols that some of of the other pistols don't have. The hip fire specifically for the warrant and the revolver are very good, very accurate, and very deadly because of either how fast you can fire it with a warrant or how much damage that it inflicts with the revolver. I think that those two weapons, just based off of the hip fire alone, after going through and trying to master some of these pistols, are going to be the ones that people are going to gravitate towards. Now, if someone that ADS is a lot and that's a little bit more precise, then it makes sense that the revolver and the P12 is going to be something that you're going to gravitate towards because you're going to have that extra damage. Like that P12 is a very good pistol. The hip fire on it sucks, just like the Executioner, but you can do a decent amount of damage with that thing at all ranges. And then if you get Gunsmith, then that just increases it that much more. With the melee weapons, you're going to have those melee weapons that are going to be one-hit downs, and people are going to figure out which ones they are. I'm pretty sure that the throwing axe is one. Pretty sure that the katana is one when you get it upgraded. The kukri, I'm pretty sure that is. The claymore, absolutely. If you chunk that big boy across the map, you can definitely down someone with that, and it's going to bring back the melee meta to a certain extent, and that's going to feel really bad. It felt really bad in the game to begin with, and it took them a very long time to be able to go in and actually readjust and balance the melee weapons in the game to where it didn't feel like, well, I'm not playing a shooter, I'm playing a melee throwing simulator, basically at that point. So it sucks. Like, I'll just be completely honest. It sucks that there's no balance changes whatsoever for any of these, for any of the pistols, for any of the melee weapons, anything like that. I think that they are introducing this a little bit prematurely into the game since they don't have enough data. And the reason they don't have enough data is because there's not enough pistol rounds in the game. There's not a pistols only mode for people to drop in and actually see how good or how bad these pistols actually are. Like, most people don't rely on the pistols. They pick the weapons up off of the ground, so they get rid of their pistol as soon as they possibly can, especially in respawn modes. Makes sense. You're going to have weapons laying around everywhere, and you're going to live a lot longer, hopefully, so that makes perfect sense. Whenever you're playing demolition or anything like that, you're going to try to pick up a weapon off the ground other than your pistol, something that fires a little bit faster, hits a little bit harder, and is a little bit more reliable than your pistol. That sucks. Like, that's something that's a whole different conversation and a whole different topic. Like, should you be able to pick the weapons up off the ground? I've already talked about that a little bit way in the past, where it should just drop ammo for the weapons and not the weapons themselves. But like I said, that's a whole different topic. But there's not enough people that use the pistols unless they're specifically trying to master them, or unless that they're playing like ranked or something like that where they have a pistol round. They don't get a lot of play in the game. And I think that a lot of people don't realize how strong they are until you're going up against a fixer, until you're going up against a Sigrid that has her shield out, because those characters rely on it. Like Phantom with the P12, she relies on it. Those characters and those players rely on that pistol for those close quarters engagements. But there's not a lot of other characters that are kind of forced into a close quarter situation where you have to use your pistol. So I think that a lot of people are going to have a problem with the warrant because Sigrid has it, specifically because Sigrid and Fixer has it. And I do feel like that weapon needs a little bit of an adjustment to make it a little bit more fair and a little bit more balanced, you know, inside of the game. Also, I think that there's a couple of weapons that need to be brought up just a little bit. Like the Executioner used to be one of the hardest hitting, most fun to use, most accurate pistols in the game. Now it feels like I'm throwing pebbles at people, and the hip fire for it is just all over the place. It makes absolutely no sense. You can drop into the shooting range and hit about 7 to 8 of the 10 bullets that you would fire for hip fire, but whenever you drop into a match, that's a completely different story. I don't know if it has to do with the latency in the game or the servers or what's going on with everything, but it just doesn't feel all that great. So at the end of the day, weapon mastery is being expanded, pistol mastery has arrived, melee mastery has arrived, and we're just going to have to suffer through everything until the developers finally decide that, like, oh yeah, there are some balance changes that we need to make to some of these. I don't know when that'll be. But the best thing that we can do as a community is voice our concerns and our opinions on this whenever it is introduced into the game. I feel like that they need to introduce a specific LTM mode into the game whenever pistol and melee mastery is introduced, and have all of the primary weapons disabled, and have gadgets, have pistols, have melees, and have perks. Let people run around in there and have a good time for a couple of days, and then let's see what people really think about some of these pistols. But be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Are you excited for the weapon mastery expanded into pistols and melees? Or do you think that this is another thing that is kind of taking the identity away from some of the specific rogues? Are you concerned about any of the pistols or melee weapons that people will have access to? Please be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also, be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. And if you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. And lastly, on Thursdays from 8 until 11 p.m. Central Time and Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you're interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys. I saw fucking Glimpse like try to jump through that doorway and she just got sniped out of the air. I was like, fuck yeah, dude.